what's your takeaway from today? You obviously you were emotional, you were upset. What do you take away from this?
Well, look, Jody, I've never, since the moment I had the sombering realization I was taking responsibility for my actions, never in a moment did I waver on being remorseful or, um, repentant. Now, the one thing I wasn't counting for was that this would become a political sentencing. 7 years, 2 months and a half is a very long time. I genuinely thought that the judge would be fair and seek something reasonable. I renew my statements that pedophiles and sex traffickers get shorter sentences than me being a first time offender. That being said, um, I previously had held a belief that I was not going to seek a pardon, because I believed it was going to be a fair process. And after today, I can't help but to feel like this was an overreaching verdict, and I will definitely what my options are moving forward as far as the pardon goes. I don't know how to do it, where to start, but I'm going to start making those phone calls.
So prior to today, you wanted to give it, a fair shake. You trusted the process, and now after seeing what happened, you're going to pursue the possibility of a pardon. Is that right?
Commutation, pardon, whatever, clemency. I don't know how this works, but yes, in premature terms, yes.
And what as far as, moving forward for these next 3 months? You have 3 months. What do you plan on doing?
I need to figure out my life. I need to see. I need to earn income in this meantime, and fulfill some projects that I'm working on, pay some restitution, because that is part of my sentencing and is my obligation, and I do not look past my obligations, and figuring out how to depart my family for 7 years. It's not an easy task, and it's something that's going to take a lot of planning.
So you thought the judge would be more lenient?
I thought the judge would just be more fair, but she walked in the courtroom with her decision made. She read everything. She didn't, there's no point of the dialogues. She had a decision.
Why do you think she said, you had no remorse?
I guess people who are overtly optimistic like myself, we probably come across as unrepentant, I guess, and I don't know if I can change that. Um, I don't know if that's a fair characterization of my life. My family says otherwise. My friends say otherwise. Some friends came to court, surprised me in court, which I had asked everybody to please not do. But some still, they bent my wishes and did theirs and showed up, and that's kind of what everyone seems to agree on. That it's just overkill.
Do you
It's just
regret
absolute overkill.
do you regret speaking out after the conviction?
I haven't spoken out after the conviction. This is
But
the first time I'm speaking.
no, like after the guilty plea, like just over the back and forth with the prosecution saying you're not, showing remorse.
I'm not repenting. I'm not remorseful or regretful of exercising my First Amendment rights. I I will never be remorseful of my First Amendment rights. And the prosecution's overzealous 87-month request is overkill. I remain believing it's overkill, and that's why I'm going to seek recourse elsewhere. I can't appeal because I entered into a plea deal with Merrick Garland in 2024, and I'm a man of my word, and I believe in the process. But I think that the process today was lopsided and heavy-handed.